Welcome to the Current Cut, your new go to spot for everything trending, where we're serving up the hottest music, bold fashion, real local news, and exclusive artist interviews all in one place. Stay in the know and in the now. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Current Cut Radio. Let's cut to what matters. This is The Current Cut. All right, and we are here with Katana. If anybody in the DMV region is looking for someone to get their trending info for music in general, but specifically today we're touching on K-pop, this is the woman to follow. She is always in the know. Okay, so let's dive deep into these questions and kind of get down on it. So, what inspired you to start a K-pop podcast?
Um, I started in rock music, taking pictures at rock shows when I was 16. Um, I'm surprised my mom let me out the house to do that, but I'm very grateful, and
She's
that's what
cool
I
for
would
that.
do. She is. I'm very, very blessed and grateful, and I would go to rock shows right after I got out of school. So if I got out of school at like 4, I'd be going to rock shows at like 6,
Dude, that's
and
dope.
I'd be thank you. I mean, it's I saw some I was on Tumblr when I was younger, and I saw this girl in Kansas who was taking pictures, and it inspired me, and that's how I started, and I did rock music, and I did over 50 shows in the DMV, Baltimore area, and then I got into K-pop music and what they were doing in Korea, and then I started taking pictures for K-pop magazines, and then I was like, let me just make my own because I have a like a high interest in like rock music and K-pop. So
Yeah,
I thought, why not start a music publication?
I love that. Creativity at its best. And
Thank you.
how do you choose the topics or groups you feature in each episode?
I I just go with I go with what I like cuz or like what like if I keep playing something over and over again or if something keeps showing up on my Instagram or my Spotify, I'm like it's a sign. I go off
Yeah,
signs
let me
and
listen
also
to it.
just like what I say it again.
It's like, let me go listen to that since it keeps
Yeah,
popping back.
it must mean something, and I
Yeah,
listen to music differently ever since interviewing people, because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, like, I think I have questions," and I'm like, "Oh, wait, I could ask them." So, like,
yeah,
I was always a fangirl when I was younger, so now it's like I've turned what my fangirl traits as a teenager into I didn't know there was a thing for it, and it's, like,
yeah.
genuinely just talking to the artist is very cool. So, yeah.
I feel like it's a fun lane to be in because it's just like you kind of get to see like growth and like be in those conversations and kind of see like a more personal side of them and kind of like the ins and outs that a lot of
Yeah,
people don't get to see. So, yeah,
and
you
I
have
like
a
to let
special job.
people
That's
enjoy
for
it. Yeah.
What's been your most popular episode so far, and why do you think it resonated so deeply with you?
My most popular episode was this K-pop group called DKB. They were supposed to come to DC, but they switched the date and come to Baltimore. It came to Baltimore. That's a big deal because DC is like 45 minutes, an hour
Yeah,
from Baltimore.
yeah,
So,
and traffic
but
and stuff.
yes, yes, and the DC ness of it all. So go like I love going to shows in DC, but if
Yeah,
you're in my hometown, that's even better. So I asked for an interview with them and they said yes. Their team and everything, and the tour, it's called tour promoter and everything. So it went really well. We taught them a Baltimore dance, um, and they really liked it. They did it on stage. I had a translator, but even with a translator, it was I could still connect with them despite the
yeah,
language barrier. So that was really special to me. I love all my interviews, but I really liked that one a lot. That one was
yeah.
really fun.
And that one's like that's really like bridging the gap, like just like sharing things and like the culture and the connections and like stuff like that. I think that's what it's about, really. And like that's how special is that because it's kind of just like, oh, we taught you that, now you're doing it on stage. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, Yeah.
It
That's
makes my heart warm.
yeah, it's like, "Oh, look at you guys up there doing that dance."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I felt.
I'd be like a proud mom. I'd be like, "Look at y'all."
That's how I felt. It did.
Yeah. It's like, "Oh, y'all, so proud." Um, how do you stay consistent and creative with content in such a fast-moving industry?
Um, that's I'm learning as I'm going with it. So like K-pop is faster than American culture when it comes to music. Like I feel like we're a little more relaxed here. Like if Beyonce doesn't drop for 5 years, it's okay. But in
Yeah,
K-pop, it's like a group will have a what they call a comeback every 3 months. Every 6 months, it feels like they're quick with it, and it's like
yeah,
3 months. If you dropped an album or an EP, they do typically do EPs. If you dropped an EP 3 months ago, that's old news. It's time to do the next one, and it's
gee,
crazy. And the hair colors have changed. They look completely different because they have new aesthetics. They're now acting like it's very fast. So I'm just
yeah,
trying to move with as fast as I can. So I'm doing American culture, K-pop, and listening to J-pop and like R&B. So I will say that K-pop is the fastest, and I just got to move as fast as I can
yeah,
along with.
keep up with it. That's crazy. I knew it was fast, but I didn't know it was, like, that fast.
Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. Like I don't have the exact numbers, but it's pretty close because
Yeah,
I'm a fan of K-pop. Before I was an interviewer, I'm still a fan. So I'm I buy the albums. I like collect the photo cards, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, like they just dropped this album. So
It's kind of fun though, because it definitely keeps it fresh. So it's like different to see like from our like music how like you said like how long in time like those pauses can be, and it's still like when they come back it's like, oh, it's fine. And then like as to see that it's like they have to stay like, like current consistently like doing something new.
yeah, and also if I feel like being a fan of into K-pop, I've never been more trendy than I have been in my entire life because they're whatever trend is out, they've already hopped. Their new comeback is whatever is popping. So if Labubus are out, Labubus are on their pants, and I'm like, well, now I know what's in
Yeah.
because
It's like
like
we're doing that today. Okay.
yeah,
Like
yep,
let me go cop that right now. Put in my
exactly.
bag. Yeah, no. What tools or platforms do you use to record and distribute your show?
um, I use Zoom for video calls, and there's this other type of I can't remember the name of the program, but it's a program where I record the interview on through my phone because my phone quality is better than my laptop,
Yeah.
and then the phone hooks up to the Zoom, and it's like a live feed from my cell phone. I have a Samsung S21. It has really good camera quality, so I hook it through my laptop.
That is cool. That's
It
different.
works. Yeah, because I started with using my camera, my Canon, the one I used to take pictures at shows and film interviews, but that
Yeah.
wasn't as crispy as a cell phone. Weird, but
Okay, okay, shoot. If it
Mhm.
works, it's giving us results as we are
Exactly.
being, yeah, as we see. Um, do you collaborate with other K-pop podcasters or creators? And when you do, like, how does it usually work?
I'm I'm only a year into KtopiaX. I'm only a year into it, so I'm I'm open to collab with a lot of people. So I haven't really did any collaborations yet, but you just gave me an idea. I'm about to see what I can do.
Yay!
Very open minded. Like I interviewed a she's a K-pop cover dancer and just a good dancer. Her name's Glow. She's lives in DC. And she was one of my first interviews, and that was a year ago. And I interviewed her, so that was cool. And then
I'm
everyone else has been sorry, what you say?
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's on there. She's good. It's on the website. It's on the YouTube.
Okay,
She's good.
okay.
Um everyone else has been like indie Korean artists or R&B artists, and then K-pop groups, and that's just kind of where I started. But I would love to do a lot of things. But I definitely
Yeah.
really love Korea, what they're doing over there.
Yeah, every time I like see, I'm just like, I'm a little, I get a little jealous. I'm like, okay. I'm just like, I kind of,
No,
I'm like, I need to stack my coins. I need to travel. Yeah,
I
things.
need to travel too.
Right? I'm like, we can just go together, dude. I'm just
That would
like,
be great. That would be
I'm like,
great.
I'm jealous. Like,
Don't
yeah,
be jealous. Let's get
yeah,
started.
right.
I haven't been to
Like,
Korea yet or Japan.
yeah, like, okay, we can go.
That would be great.
What's been okay? If you could interview any idol or producer, who
Such
would
a
it
good
be?
question.
I'm like,
Sorry, go
I'm like,
ahead.
I can't think of this. Okay, who would it be, and what would you ask?
Okay, I feel like I should go with my gut answer. So Kai, he's a K-pop soloist. He's in this group called EXO, and he really has a good sense of what R&B is. Is a really smooth voice, and like I watched an interview. I watched a lot of interviews, and an interview he did was he said his some people he look up to. I think it was like Brandy, and I was like,
Wow,
Brandy, that's cool.
wow,
So like I would ask him about his interest in American R&B, like black R&B music, because it's very clear. So that's what I would ask. One other questions.
I love that. Yeah, I don't know. Brandy is like very like specific.
Specific.
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I feel like even Ray J is probably a little bit more like mainstream, a little bit. But like
Yeah.
Brandy, like she's got like that specific like voice and like the rasp and
Hmm.
everything. So yeah, that
Yeah.
is that's different. But I
Hmm.
love that because like
It
it doesn't
struck my
matter.
attention.
It's like music touches you when where it touches you. So
Hmm. It does.
have you faced any challenges as a K-pop content creator?
Um, I need to learn Korean.
Okay.
That's probably
Yeah.
that. It's not a.
Duolingo? Like,
Say it again. Sorry.
I think it's Duolingo.
Yes, I need to lock in. I really
Try.
like
We should
really need to
try.
learn Korean. We need to
I'm
because
down to learn another language.
I want to learn Korean, Japanese, and Thai. Those are the languages I'm interested in. But that's my challenge. Like, is um, it's not a bad challenge. It just is a challenge. Like some of the interviews I do are people are like Korean American, or they do know a good amount of English and it goes well. Or one time I did an interview with a Korean band and they did speak English, but some of them didn't. So it was like a language barrier, but we
Yeah.
figured it out. One member translated, and I was nervous for it, but it went well. So, and even when I have a translator in person, I'm worried about the if the like that like I used to be worried if the connection and like fun conversation would still be there even though there's a translator, but
Yeah. It's
it's
like,
as if
is it
the
being
translator
lost? Like with
yeah,
yeah.
but it's as if the translator wasn't there. I felt like because like she was such a help, like it felt very easy
Yeah.
because she did her
Like
what she
natural.
does so well. Yes, but I need to learn Korean because I think it would help me a lot, and also I just really think it's a pretty language because like I would watch so many K dramas and
Yeah.
K-pop stuff that I was like I got used to hearing it, and I know like a couple words, but not enough to do a conversation. But that's
Yeah.
like my goal. That's something I would like to do.
Yeah. And then I think it's always fun to like kind of like show people like that like they don't maybe know that's a skill that you have and then you kind of just like whip it out and you're just like what and they're like what are you,
Yeah.
you know how to speak it I'm just like yeah so like I think that's just exciting in general because like a lot of things aren't as shared as they should be.
Yeah, I agree. I think there should be some more culture sharing and like connections and conversations going on. Like when I did an interview with this group called Ghost 9, there's this Korean dish I actually make at home with my sister. It's called uh tteokbokki and it's Korean spicy Korean rice cakes.
I love
And I
spicy.
yes, it's good. You should try it. And they were talking about American food like burgers, and I was like, "Oh, I've tried tteokbokki," and they were like, "Oh my gosh!"
They're
I
probably
was
like
like, "I'm glad
what
I
you
said it."
did it.
Yeah, it was. I was like, "I'm glad I said it." I was like nervous to talk, but I was like, they were cool. So
Have you ever like asked like what their favorite American food, like any specific group, like if they like have like a very favorite dish?
Well, no, they told me. They told me.
Really?
Yeah, they were telling me about the food. I said, "What did you do?" I think my question was, what have you done in DC?" Because at the
Yeah.
time I was in DC, and they said we ate this American food, so they brought it up.
Do you remember what they ate?
Burgers, and they burgers and like fries, but they said it wasn't good. And I don't.
Oh,
I wish I could have had more time with them because I would have recommended them some places. So
yeah.
we could have went to
Yeah, I
like a
was like, yeah,
chain
please just
restaurant.
don't do that on your, yeah. Yeah. There's
Yeah,
so
but
many other
maybe.
options.
So there was this group called Stray Kids that came to DC um, in July, and um, on their and on after they left DC on their Instagram live, they're a pretty big K-pop group. On their YouTube live, they were eating soul food, and they were like, "We have yams and mac and cheese," and I was like, "Oh, that's great! Like that's so sweet." And a lot of
They're probably like,
a
I
lot of
love it.
yeah, he was definitely eating that up, and a lot of black fans are happy to see it. And I was like, I like stuff like that. So
Yeah, because it's just like sometimes like it's maybe not like a thing like that they have accessibly like over there. It might not be like, like how we have it in abundance.
yeah,
So it's kind of cool when they can, come over and we can share things together. And it's just like, who doesn't love soul food? I'm just like, what? Yeah,
exactly,
it
delicious.
literally makes me happy. It's just like that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, heal your soul.
Yeah, literally. What does a typical week of preparing for an episode look like for you?
I Some artists I've like have been watching for a while, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have some questions for you, and I'll already have the questions typed up. But other artists, I'll become a fan while researching. And like one group I interviewed, it took me a week to become a fan, and like it was just instantly clicked. So then I sent the
Yep.
questions, and then we got started. So usually I just need a week to make the questions, or I need a day. Like it just depends on um how deep I want to go in it. Usually I always go deep in interviews, but it just depends on like on who the artist is and what music they make. But usually a week. And um when it's the now that's when it's someone who speaks English when it comes to
Yeah.
K-pop. But if it's like when it was a K-pop group who I needed a translator for, I wrote the questions and I would send it to their team, and the translator would have it ready to prepare like her
Yeah.
translations.
So
So
that
yeah.
they can like kind of already have it. Nice. Our last question. What does K-pop mean to you personally?
Oh, that's such a good question. I'll try to give you
Yeah.
a really good answer.
All
Um,
your answers are good. All of them are good.
oh, thank you.
Of
Uh,
course.
I feel like K-pop is like it's like such a like I feel because K-pop started like I think it started in the '90s. It was this company called SM Town, and they saw what like hip hop was in America and in Motown actually, and that's why it's called SM Town. It's a really big company in
Yeah.
Korea, and they're kind of like one of the forefronters, like the runners, the first people who kind of brought it to attention. You know what word I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah,
Forefronters,
yeah.
whatever the word is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they,
like they like
they like
fear the thing.
yes, they
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
made the thing happen, and
Yeah.
I was just amazed by how they sing. Like so much of K-pop has like Bobby Brown vibes and New Edition, and I'm like, what do they know about that? Because
Yeah.
it's not popular over there. So I was so impressed that they could like replicate it, but also put it in their own style. And I think I feel like that's such an appreciation of culture
Yeah.
that they did that. And I just like I feel like the best way to describe my love of K-pop is or just like Korea and what they're doing. There's this I used to watch K drama when I didn't take any photos for K-pop. It was in like 2019 or
Yeah.
2020, and the K drama was called Doom at Your Service, and it starred this actor called Sao Inguk, and it's such a good K drama. He plays like he's like a what is it called? A Grim Reaper saving this girl who has cancer. It's crazy. You know how the K dramas be. It's insane.
Yeah, 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 yeah. The
I
storyline, it pulls
yes,
you in though. It's like, yeah, you're not getting back out of this. Sorry.
yeah, like, it's the craziest thing I could have said the whole interview, like, that line is insane, but I really liked his acting, and I always look up actors after the interview, and I saw he made music, and usually when actors make music outside of K-dramas, it sounds a very specific way, like a ballad, but he had, like, a good, like, solid R&B voice, and I was like, "That's a shock," and I would follow his music. He didn't drop that much because he was busy acting, but I was like, "This is good," and
Yeah,
then I just put a pin in it, and then 20 last year, he did his first US fan meeting in DC, and um like I requested to take pictures because I had KtopiaX. I was like,
yeah.
that's Soundgook, that's
It's
the
like,
guy
can I
was a
come?
fan of. And I was like, it's a stretch. I always say, oh, it's a stretch, but I'll apply. And I applied for photo and an interview. And he wasn't accepting interviews, but he did a press conference. And when I got there, I was the only photographer there, the only media, the only
Wow.
press for him for his fan meeting. It was big.
Holy
He had
crap.
a lot of people,
Yeah,
but I was the only one there for the press conference, and his American team was like, "You're the only one here for his press conference. Everyone else is missing out." So as he did his press conference, I submitted about 6 questions for him to answer, and he answered them. The host asked him the questions with the translator, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
this is like full circle." And then the other photographers did come, and they came for the photographer part where he did his show, and it was just really sweet. I loved the event, and I feel like that is how I feel about K-pop. Like it
yeah.
just that I feel like I hope that describes it.
I
So
feel like it's like welcoming.
yes, it's all races too,
Yeah.
like black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, white people, everybody be there. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's literally like one of like the fastest trending, and I think that's one of like the reasons because it's literally like we don't care about that here. It's literally like music, fun, and like laugh and just live.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, it's like if like music in general could find like that medium, like I think just it would just explode like in the communities, and it would just be like positive results, more positive results.
I agree. Like I feel like there shouldn't be any more gatekeeping in any music. I feel like we should all just be
Yeah,
culture sharing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, come on, we're in 2025. Let's fast forward to that. Yeah,
Yes,
let's do that now.
I agree.
Alrighty, and to our beloved listeners, your voices matter, your stories inspire, and your presence keeps culture alive. Stay safe out there, love one another, lift each other up always. Until next time, be well, stay real, and be blessed. Peace and power. The Current Cut Radio.